we're going to be doing a HVAC duct here for the dryer, and I'm going to show you how to put it together, how to make a little starter duct, little connector that'll go in or go connect through your vent exhaust through your house. And I'll show you how I'm going to route this for this ductwork to come out the vent, around and down, and so we can hide it behind this wall. Because before they just had that foil duct, the springy stuff looks like crap, and it just was hanging over the wall. And so we're refinishing this. We're gonna put all this together, tie it in, get it to boot out, and then so we can have a connection, an easy click connection for the dryer at the bottom. So we can just snap it together real easy, and it'll look real clean and really good. So I'm going to show you the easiest method I know how to do this to fix tough solutions or challenges like this. So I'll get this HVAC in here, and then we will frame around this wall and have to bump it out a little bit here to fix this little conundrum that I've had to work around. So let's get to putting it together. Okay, so first things first, you can see the dryer vent going out of the house here. This is between the floor joists above the ceiling. First thing we want to do is, I just kind of made a rough, like a dry fit basically, just so it'd be a little easier for me then to put in my tape here. And I'm going to measure so I can get in between this plumbing here. I'm going to measure from that hole, basically that hole to the edge, and we're right at about like 17, let's see, 17 inches is probably pretty good. And then we need to add another inch, I would say probably 2 inches to that, and I'll show you why here in a sec. So what I'm going to do here is I just cut me off a little extra piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark down, let's just say I'm going to do an inch. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to make that inch go all the way around. Okay. It's all, doesn't have to be perfect. I'll show you here in a minute why. This is the quickest, easiest way to do it. Okay. There we go. So now we got a rough inch going around. Then we're going to take our snips, some metal cutting snips. All right. And we're just going to start cutting those at an inch. Same thing. About an inch wide. All the way around. Make sure we get it all the way down to the line on each one. Go back. This one didn't get all the way down. It's all need to be pretty close to that line, so we're just going to keep cutting. All right. So now we will, let's just say, I'm going to make these. I just kind of got lucky and had one with these little slots. I'm going to use these for screw holes, but if you don't, no big deal. I'm just going to cut a little angle like that. Just cut a little angle. I'm going to pull it out. Little angle. Little angle. All right. Pull it out. And then let's do this one. No, that don't matter. angle. Okay, we got all those, and then what we're gonna do here, also gonna cut right there on the seam, just so it's easier to bend. Okay. Then we take them, start bending it in. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and do this one too. We'll pull it out. Okay. Start bending those all in. Just a little bit, doesn't have to be a lot. Okay, there we go. So this will go inside our dryer vent. Okay, here's our dryer vent. It's gonna go in, and then we're gonna attach to the wall with these tabs, okay? So let's get this on. Okay, and it's gonna be a little hard to film and do at the same time. I'm going to do my best. So I really need both hands here. Trying to get it in there. There we go. See that? It's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. And then I'll just hit those tabs. I'll grab my gun, screw gun, and then I'll attach them. Okay, so as you can see, got my piece screwed in there. I ended up cutting it down a little bit, just so it's only about 6-inch little adapter. Okay, and then I slid in at my 2-foot piece, so I can get a dry-in fit here. All we're gonna do is I want it to go between this plumbing. So what I did was I just held it up there like this. Oh, sorry, wrong way. I held it up there like that, and I marked the end basically of the perforated part, the perforated end of the attachment, so that this angle down here where my hand is will wrap around the plumbing. All right, so it's kind of hard to see right now, but that 90-degree turn will turn over this plumbing and through between here. It's hard to do it, but I'll show you here in a second what I mean. Okay, so first things first, I would always wear gloves. Sheet metal gloves, any kind of tight-fitting gloves that have a little bit of protection when you're using or cutting metal, because it will cut you up. It will slice and dice you up. So, okay, here's my mark that I made. First, before attaching or assembling the ductwork, I'm going to go ahead and cut this around, and then we'll assemble it. It's just easier, way easier to cut. You don't want to put it together and be like, oh crap, and then have to cut it all the way down and then around. And it's just easier to do it right here, like this. I'm going to go ahead and go right my line. Now, try to pinch that closed. Up here, with my snips, I pinch that closed a little bit. All I gotta do, take a screwdriver or something, open that up. Open that up just a little bit. Okay. And that Pittsburgh seam. Then, what we'll do is, so you get a little closer there, you'll take the leading edge and pop it into this pocket, which is called a Pittsburgh seam. You just slowly work it from the top down to the bottom. Perfect, just like that. See that? Okay, and see how it's just not a little uneven? It's not a perfect circle. I'll just turn that off. Okay. Nice round circle here. So, there you go. There's your duct. So, I'm going to go up there, poke that in. I'll try to get a screw in there. It's super tight, but as long as it's got a good fit, it shouldn't go anywhere. And I'm going to go up there and I'm going to wrap the insulation tape around it afterwards so that'll hold it together anyways. But if you can, it's good practice to cinch 2 little screws in the side. It's called zip screws typically. They're just little 1/4 inch hex heads. You just zip, zip, and it'll hold together. And then you have no worries about it coming apart. So, let me get this on. Alright, real quick, just want to show you the tape. I will be wrapping the seams of the connections with just this Nashua dryer vent insulation tape. And it just helps keep all the airtights, basically all the seams airtight. So you have just a good exit of airflow. So, just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, so as you can see, I got my extension piece on. And I just slid a 90-degree elbow in. And then all I did was just put another 90-degree, slid it into that. And we're going to come down. And then I will have one more. Let's see here. Sorry about that. And I will have one more that will go in something like that, right? You get the idea, but it'll go in like that. Bing, 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 boom. And then we'll put this guy on. I'm going to run all the way down pretty close to the bottom.